Up next, if you are an investor in Southeast Asia, you really want to stay tuned for this. We are going to show you some very carefully curated Korean startups. Now, these guys want to expand to Southeast Asia, and we have five startups for this first pitching session. Each startup will have about 10 minutes. If you have questions, I believe you are logged on the Switch platform. You're very welcome to visit their digital booths and leave your comments there. Or if you're tuning into us via YouTube Live, you could also leave your comments in the or your questions in the comments section. I beg your pardon. And the guys who are pitching, if you have time within this 10 minutes and you wish to address any of the questions or comments that are coming in, please feel free to manage the 10 minutes on your own. All right. Okay. Let's start off with the first of five pitches. We welcome to take the stage, Polled. Over to you.
Thank you all for being here. My name is Jongjin Baek, and I'm the Global Sales Team Leader for Poland. Okay, let me introduce Poland with some video
Polid
clip.
is a trendy car seat brand, popular among parents. Let's listen to its background story. The developers were safety specialists at Hyundai Motor Company, who became concerned about child in-car safety when they became fathers. How can we make traveling with our lovely kids safer? As they weren't satisfied with existing car seats, they set out to build the safest car seat themselves. To do so, they didn't just use simulations, but also actual crash tests, and this led to developments such as the locking belt that holds the car seat more securely so it can't jump out of place, the wide load limiter that transfers the load generated in any collision to the seatbelt instead of the passenger, and they developed ball guider technology, which allows the seatbelt to automatically adjust its angle to your child's body, ensuring a unique standard of safety. Also, as the developers personally know all about the cost of replacing a car seat as your child grows, they developed an all-in-one car seat that can be easily adjusted to fit as your child grows from a newborn baby to a 12-year-old. Furthermore, they also developed the world's first cooling seat pad, the AirLove series, that has an air purifier function to deliver cool and clean air for the child who finds thick padded car seats too hot even when the air conditioning is on. The AirLove series offers comfort and car safety for children and can also be used in your stroller. Polid will continue its research to develop products beyond car accessories for your children's safety and your peace of mind. Designed and built with a father's love. Polid.
So first, as you can see from the clip, Poland is a manufacturing specialist startup. We were selected as Hyundai Motor Company's in company venture in 2016. Before splitting paths and moving forward alone in March 2019, after 3 exemplary years of growth and innovation with Hyundai. Well, we are a young company made up initially of just 4 employees who in the initial 9 months made 6.5 million US dollars worth of sales. In the first half of this year, we improved upon the initial 9 months, achieving sales upward of 10 million. The Polish family is now made of over 60 hardworking individuals who share the same goal. And with our current rate of growth estimates showing that our final annual revenue could be approximately 16 million. By 2021, we aim to make over 30 million of revenue and employ a further 40 of the best and brightest to help us to achieve this. So how did we at Poland establish a presence in such competitive market as the one for car seats and childcare products so quickly? The answer is a variety of product lineup. When Poland planned to expand into childcare market using a car seat as its major product, people asked us, is now really the best time to go into the baby goods business? This is more than simply a case of hanging around with too many pessimists. The birth rate is dropping every year. And the baby goods market is notoriously conservative, where consumers remain loyal to brands with proven success. But at Polled, we think differently. We have noticed that while the birth rate itself is decreasing, demand for car seat is on the rise owing to the advance of child safety regulation and a renewed public awareness to the matter of safety as a result. The car seat market was growing on average by 5% globally per annum, and yet those competitors who spoke about having ears on us didn't appeal to the taking advantage of this. They had similar products but weren't marketing or innovating the potential of car seat. This is where we differ. We developed a new product and marketed it as such, a totally new, reimagined product. A car seat that lasts all of childhood, a car seat you can buy and never have to think about the safety of your child in transit. A car seat with built-in wire load limiter function absorbing shocks. A car seat that maximizes children's comfort using precise ball guiding technology. We have quickly prepared with a lineup of car seats for all age groups, considering children's safety, comfort, and cost effectiveness. Moreover, we actively relate to our consumers that this is made by Hyundai Motor's researchers and has its safety verified by actual vehicle crash test thus. Polar's product is quite simply and probably the safest. As such, the market has responded, and Pollard has become a popular household name among families within a year of launching our first car seat. The seats went on to achieve the most sales online and at baby fare of what's currently on the market. However, Pollard isn't resting on its laurels. In order to continue and increase revenue, we continue to develop and launch products alongside our car seat. Pollard launched car seat related accessories for both parents and children, and notably the launch of Air Love series, the world's first car seat for infants with built-in air purifier, saw us record over 50,000 sales in summer 2020 alone. Looking beyond car accessories, at Pollard we have launched multiple sub-brands, Pollard Ideas, the lifestyle changer powered by ideas. Pollard Room, to give the pleasure of styling and interior, and we continue to develop as a home appliance brand offering a UV sterilizer, pet supplies, and playmat. At Pollard, our strategy focuses on branded technology and safety and maximizing its synergy through a variety of sub-brands. We are not stopping our domestic performance during 2022. Even amid such difficult circumstances, globally has seen us establish a global expansion strategy, successfully exporting Pollard products to Czech Republic, Poland, Singapore, and Thailand. Currently, we are rolling out our export process to Japan, USA, and Australia, while similarly stepping out into the global e-commerce market, covering both B2B and B2C. In 2021, 3 co-founders and 63 employees hope to prove that Pollard can be the next great global enterprise. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to pitch it to us. You've just heard from Paulette. Interesting, yeah. Safety for infants, as well as a child seat that sort of self-ventilates or self-cools. I'm sure that's got a lot of people's attention. Again, if you're on the Switch platform, do visit the digital booths of the various startups that are pitching to us right now. We're going through a series of 5. We've just had one. Also, if you're on YouTube Live, do feel free to leave your questions in the comments, and if the guys pitching have enough time to manage within that 10 minutes, they will try to address your concerns. All right, up next is Together Apps. Guys, you have 10 minutes. Over to you.
Nice to meet you all. This is Ryan from Together Apps Company in Korea. First of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity to do IR in this event. We are Together Apps and brand name is Together Funding. We operate P2P lending platform business. For helping your knowledge, P2P lending platform means connecting investors and borrowers. Now, we are number one P2P lending platform for consecutive 5 years in the Korean mortgage market. I'm going to brief our company information memorandum, and contents will be including company introduction, major performance, business status, global business, strategy and visions, and summary of financial statements. Uh, in terms of company history, we established in 2015 with mortgage loan as a main business. Then 2016, Twitter Apps creates P2P Financial Association as the first director of association to protect investor, borrowers, and ourselves. And over time in 2020, we have been acquired 16 patents and T3 grade by Korea Corporation Data Technology Capability, which is given award given to a company with excellent IT technology. Also, as November 30, 2020, accumulated loan amount exceeded 792 million US dollars. All our employees are professional and specialized in mortgage financial sector. Our CEO, he has been worked at mortgage company for 18 years. Based on his mortgage market experiences, he knows all risks that may arise when dealing with mortgage products. Thanks to that, Together App's default rate is only 0.23% with loan balance $239 billion in 2020. We have very outstanding employees in various fields, including finance, accounting, IT, and law. With those all experts, we will continue to look for growth potential and take responsibility for the risk management. As you see here, we have 16 patents, all related to platform systems such as automatic evaluation of credit rating, valuation of mortgage, and payment management system. With those patents, we lead fintech industry in Korea. Now let's talk about our main performance specifically. Think about what the market differentiation points are. First, Korean mortgage value, especially apartment, has never been decreased, never. It is considered to be very stable and rather upward. Also, since government regulation in banking sector, such as loan to value ratio, interest limits, we are only company that can provide high loan to value ratio and reasonable interest rates. Second, government support P2P industry in cutting withholding tax rates of investors, those who are earned by P2P investment. Third, Together Apps is highly trusted by investors due to 0.23% of default rate. All experts are most concerned with managing the default rate, and our loan process is also optimized for managing the default rate. Lastly, we succeeded in the profit loss round in 2019 through lowering admin costs, stable loan repayments, and increased loan balances. Among the P2P industry, we maintain the lowest default rate in the market. It is because our outstanding management of loan process, but also the characteristics of product type, the mortgage loan. Those are our main products. However, now we are more focusing on mortgage products, which is given to 8 to 12% of investors' profits. Repeat is saying that we accomplished 729 million US dollar of the accumulated loan, $541 million of accumulated repayment, 0.21% of apartment default rate. We are account for 51.7% of total amount of accumulated mortgage loan of the top 5 competitors. In terms of loan balance, 54% accounted of competitors. In both ways, we have more than half of the market share. We will put every effort in to keep this rank in the future. This page shows that what we've done so far, and you can see right upper shape graph, which is looking good. It shows that our sales increased 1.3 times when it compares to the last third quarter. In terms of default rate, we keep record the lowest rate compared to other industry due to our risk management system. All funds are entrusted to a third party, so we cannot handle or withdraw or use the funds at our will. Our third party escrow account is managed by Gwangju Commercial Bank. Let me talk about business status. Since we operate the open market system, investors are freely sell their bond either fully or partially to others. It gives investors various investment opportunities. Okay, I'll skip this page. Uh, we have very strong partnership with various company, especially in part of collecting investors. Kakao Pay, Toast, and Bank Salad is very important partner where they are contributing our loan balances. Let me explain the ongoing overseas business. Mongolia is our first overseas business. In Mongolia, we run a consumer finance business based on P2P platform. With Korea's successful experience in mortgage products, the Mongolian mortgage market is being targeted, and amount of money in the Mongolian housing market continues to grow as the market becomes more advanced. However, we are looking for another business with two P2P platforms since weighted average interest rate was decreasing about 10% in 2019 of mortgage loan. Uh, When we consider the exchange rate of Korean and Mongolia, 10% is not that much attractive for us. Nevertheless, we want to enhance company image and continue the success story of P2P in Korea based on success of P2P overseas. Also, we are trying to become a global P2P company beyond Korea by attracting overseas funds. This is how we operate platform in Mongolia. All flows are handling by automatic process. This is a strategy for expansion global business. First, we make a stabilization of products and DB, then expand our portfolio. Finally, seizing business expansion opportunities such as AMC, MPL, and insurance, and etc. Let me explain our vision and strategy. Mm, We will continue to invest R&D in next year. We will upgrade our automatic investment system, reducing investors' risk and launching customized loan products for small business owners. IPO is very important event to us. In order to meet the requirements for listing, all departments of Together Apps are working together to implement it and guided by a listed organizer. The most important of the listing requirements convert accounting method to IFRS will be completed in the first half of the next year. And Twitter Apps is expected to gain more trust from its users as a listed company by 2021. Um, we successfully made turnaround to the profit in 2019. You can see we should cut unnecessary costs, run the company in a profitable direction, and maintain a surplus in 2021. Okay. Thanks for hearing our company story, and I really looking forward to contact after this event has done. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us, and we will send you tremendous data as soon as possible. So once again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We've just heard from Together Apps. Now, remember, these Korean startups are looking to expand out into Southeast Asia. From that, let's move on to our next startup, who will have the floor for the next 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome People Fun. Over to you.
Hello, hi guys. This is KJ Min from People Fund. I'm head of the investor relations within People Fund. Today I will be presenting about our company. So it would be good if you could be excited when you see us. So today I'll be talking mainly about four things. One is our business in overview. Two is our strategy and our edge. Three is our key performance. And last, I'll just give you a bit of a highlight on our team. So our business in overview, like Together Apps, who just presented, we're also engaging in the marketplace lending sector in South Korea. Whereas Together is focusing more on the mortgage sector, we're focusing more on the consumer financing sector. So we're looking at the unsecured personal loan market, which I will talk about the market in brief in the next slide. And if I talk about our business model, we're basically matching borrowers and lenders who are wishing to get loans and who are wishing to invest in those loans. So as a platform, we match these borrowers and lenders, and we get about 3 to 4% of the commissions from the borrowers, and we also get about 1 or 2% of the fees from the investors. So in overall, we're taking about 5% as a platform in between. And the key characteristics of this platform is that three things. It's 100% digital. Two, we really have to emphasize our and upgrade our credit model. And three is we really need to have a bank-like infrastructure because we are looking at thousands of transactions every day. And the marketplace lending sector in Korea, if you look at the right hand of the page, has been steadily growing since 2016 and 17. So compared to other countries like Europe or the States or China, marketplace lending in South Korea started pretty late. So I think the first company came out into the market in 2016. And ever since, it was growing at a steady and a fast pace. And up to date, origination volume has reached about 10 billion. So I would say it's pretty big. If I move on to the next slide, as I've said, we are focusing more on the unsecured personal loan sector. So we are looking at individuals who are wishing to get unsecured loans. And within the marketplace lending sector in Korea, there are three major players. One is us and two are other companies. And if you look at the market share within the players, as of 2020 first half, we recorded 58% of the market share. So in terms of dominance, I would say we're quite dominant winner within the sector and within the market. And as I've said, we are looking at the unsecured personal loan sector, and we're focusing on the non-bank loans, which were existent in South Korea. Since many of you guys wouldn't be really familiar with the Korean market, I'll just give you a bit of a flavor on how the market is structured. So in Korea, unsecured personal loan lending market as a whole is about 150 billion USD of origination every year. And of that, about 70 billion USD is originated from the banks. However, the banks are only focusing on the prime borrowers. So of the 10 grading credit ratings, if you're either 1 or 2 or 3, which is either super prime or very prime, you'll probably go to a bank to get a loan. And the interest rate there is around 3 to 4%. So it's not that high. However, if you're more like a near prime or a subprime borrower, you have to go to the non-bank lending sector, which there applies 16, 17, 18, or even 20% of interest rates. So the interest gap between the bank sector and the non-bank sector is actually quite large in South Korea. And basically, our approach is to tackle the non-bank market, which previously applied about 18 to 19 to 20% of interest rates, and refinance them into a more of a mid-range reasonable interest rate. So we are tackling that market, and what we are trying to solve is the high interest rates, and they're very inconvenient customer experience. So moving on to our strategy and our edge. As I've said, we are tackling the Korea's non-bank market, which is currently very expensive, and also players there provide very inconvenient customer experience. And most of the innovations regarding the finance sector within Korea at the moment is focused on the banking sector, which I previously discussed. So companies like Kakao, they've been very rigorous to penetrate and innovate the banking sector, but not many players like Kakao are actually looking into the non-bank sector, and we're basically doing that. So as a fintech player or a tech fin player, we are developing a very cool product, a very user-friendly product, where actually the borrowers can receive loans just within 15 minutes after they just started the application. Normally, if you go to other non-bank players like savings banks, credit cards, or capitals, you would probably take days. You have to fill out a bunch of documents, and you have to wait when your credits are reviewed. So basically, the experience that we're offering is a very different experience when it comes to the users. And on top of that, among all non-bank lenders within South Korea who are performing in the personal loan sector, we are the ones who are focusing on the risk management the most. So we are basically a very outstanding player when it comes to a risk and return. So if you look at the graph, which is presented in the center, it's basically a matrix or a table which is showing the risk and return ratio. And obviously, as you can see in the most of the graph, as the returns go high or the interest rates go high, the delinquency or the risk is also it also rises. However, if you look at People Fund, which is located here, we're applying the average interest rate about 13 to 14%, whereas our risk at the moment is very similar to the banks. So our risk return profile is outstanding if you compare to the other lenders across different sectors and industries. So that's the part that we are really focusing on. And with this risk management capability, what we're trying to do is we're creating a virtuous cycle within the marketplace lending sector. So we're controlling the risk, and with controlled risk, we are recruiting and securing lenders who are seeking for lucrative profits and stable profits. And with the secure lender pool, we are recruiting and we are acquiring more borrowers who are willing to get loans from our platform. And again, when we have more borrowers, it's easier for us to have better risk control, because risk control in the non-bank sector is really about securing and acquiring more data. So that's basically the play that we're doing in South Korea right now. So if I move on, I'll just briefly talk about some of the performance measures, not too deep. So we first started operation in 2016, and as of today, we reached about $1 billion USD in terms of accumulated monthly loan origination volume. So at the moment, we're the largest marketplace lender within Korea across all sectors, and yeah, we're doing pretty well. And because of our achievements and past performance, we've been actually highlighted from the media quite a lot. So we were featured in top tier medias like CNBC, Bloomberg, Tech in Asia, etc. And also we were participating in many conferences as a notch speaker. And also we received a couple of awards from world's most recognized institutions. And lastly, a very brief intro on our team. So we are actually acquiring different professionals from all across the industries. So when it comes to the financing sector, we are recruiting professionals from the previous financial institutions like Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, etc. And when it comes to risk management control, we're recruiting people from Korea's well-noted credit bureau, which is called NICE. So we are a lot of people from NICE are joining our firm. And when it comes to product and technology, we have a lot of people from companies like Kakao or Naver, which are well-known IT groups. So in terms of talent, we are actually recruiting a lot of different cool talents who are actually really looking into innovating this Korea's non-banking personal loan market. So that was it for our presentation. I hope you all enjoyed it, and thank you very much. It was KJ from People Fund. Thanks.
Thank you very much for your pitch this morning. Just a reminder, we just heard from People Fun. All right, for the next 10 minutes, let's give attention to our next startup. Please welcome Lemonex.
All right. Okay. Hello, my name is Dal Hee-min, CTO of Lemonex, and I'm also a professor at Chemistry Department, Seoul National University in Korea. First of all, thanks for your participation. It's my great pleasure to introduce Lemonex's platform technology and drug pipelines in the Global VC conference. Lemonex is a global biotherapeutics company with next-generation drug delivery system platform technology. Based on this first-in-class solid nanoparticle-based drug delivery system, we focus on developing cancer immunotherapy and RNA therapy. First of all, I will explain about Lemonex's drug delivery system platform technology named as degradable, and then formulation study and scale up of degradable. Next, I will give you information about drug pipelines of Lemonex based on degradable technology. Lemonex is actively involved in global activities, including various conferences such as mRNA Healthcare Conference and a JPM partnering meeting. In addition, I gave a presentation about degradable technology at the World Economic Forum in 2018. You can find the presentation video at YouTube. The degradable is a modular drug delivery technology based on highly porous solid particles. In the pores of degradable, various types of APIs can be loaded, including RNA, antibody, cytokine, DNA, etc. Degradable can be customized for its desired purpose and types of API, and therefore it can be applied for diverse applications. Degradable is biodegradable over time in the body. It provides long-lasting, sustained release of the cargo at the target lesion, and is compatible with various injection routes such as subcutaneous, intradermal, and intramuscular injections. Unlike lipid nanoparticles, degradable can be manufactured as a solid powder form and stored and distributed at room temperature. I'd like to emphasize that we finished GLP tox study of degradable in various species. Furthermore, we have established scale-up process in our own GMP facility, which enables production of 20,000 vials per batch. We are now ready for human trials and will start first phase 1 study in early 2021. Based on degradable, we are especially focused on the efficient delivery of siRNA, mRNA, and proteins, including cytokine and antibody as API, mainly in the areas of cancer immunotherapy and intractable disease therapy. Degradable has a highly homogeneous size distribution, and API, degradable complex formation, can be completed within 10 minutes at room temperature. Lyophilized degradable powder is stable more than 2 years at room temperature. Final drug product would consist of 2 vials, API, and degradable as an excipient. Before injection, 2 vials are simply mixed together, and you shake the vial several times, and then you get homogeneously dispersed solution of the API-loaded degradable. The loading will be complete under ambient condition within several minutes. You don't need any sonication or vortexing to obtain homogeneous dispersion of degradable. Let me compare Lemonex with other companies which develop siRNA therapeutics, Alnylam, Arrowhead, and Dicerna. It looks like all of them use a similar technology towards similar target diseases. They are using LNP, lipid nanoparticle, and GalNAc technology for siRNA delivery that allow mainly only liver-related diseases as target diseases. However, degradable could target many different organs, including liver, skin, and muscle. Also, it is compatible with various administration routes. SC, ID, IM, IB, and even transarterial delivery. I expect that our company value will become somewhere between Alnylam and Arrowhead very soon because of our advantages of our own drug delivery system technology degradable. For the delivery of drugs, degradable drug complex can be prepared by mixing together in a solution. The loaded drug inside degradable can be protected from enzyme-mediated degradation and is efficiently delivered into cells by endocytosis and then sustainably released inside the cytoplasm of target cells. Currently, the widely used RNA delivery method is LNP, which has many limitations actually. LNP shows unstable structure, low drug loading efficiency, broad size distribution, and short half-life. Our degradable can overcome those limitations of LNP. Furthermore, degradable can deliver not only RNAs, but also proteins inside, including cytokines. We have various drug pipelines under development. We will start phase 1 clinical trial of LMS401, which is the first siRNA drug in the dermatology in early next year. We also expect to continue to enter into clinical trials of next drugs, Volkine 2, LMS403, and LMS404. Lemonex is in partnership with global pharmaceutical companies to develop innovative RNA therapy and cancer immunotherapy using degradable. We will be expanding these global partnerships. Also, we are expecting IPO in coastal market in late 2021. By using degradable, you can improve therapeutic efficacy while reducing toxicity. Important benefits of using our platform technology for drug delivery system also include sustained release of drugs and safe and convenient injection of biologics. In addition, degradable is modular platform technology, which allows convenient drug loading by just mixing together at room temperature. As a summary, I explained about degradable platform technology that can be applied to diverse APIs to solve medical unmet needs and especially powerful in the areas of cancer immunotherapy. Degradable technology addresses important areas of medical unmet needs, which allows much less systemic toxicity and less adverse effects while achieving higher therapeutic efficacy. We are continuously expanding our pipelines by using different proteins and various RNA sequences as API. We are confident that degradable technology, which is the first-in-class solid non-particle-based drug delivery system, can open a new revenue for broad spectrum of biopharmaceutical therapeutics. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. We've just heard from Lemonex. All right, it's time to move on to our final presenter for this first pitch this morning. And for this, for the next 10 minutes, we welcome Future Medicine. Over to you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Wansuk Jung, CEO of Future Medicine. It's short time, 10 minutes, so let's start. Future Medicine is Korean bio venture company having nucleoside-based new drug discovery platform. Also, we have our own R&D center with our system capable of independent drug synthesis and screening. In our lab, we are focused on 4 different areas, which are fibrosis and inflammation, antivirus, oncology, and immunology. And hedging the risk caused by a long R&D time, we take our licensing strategy on each development stage. Future Medicine was founded in 2015. We have Seoul National University Professor Lakshin Jung as a CTO and inventor, who is a world-class expertise in nucleoside research with more than 30 years experience. So we can have nucleoside library platform for new drug discovery. This is future medicine's pipeline. As I mentioned, there are 4 categories. First, fibrosis and inflammation. We have 3 indications: non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, so-called NASH, diabetic nephropathy, and glaucoma. Completed clinical phase 1 study in Europe, and it's now under the initiation of a phase 2 study globally. Second area is antivirus, potentially target RNA virus, and it is currently on the non-clinical stage with Korean government support program for COVID-19. In the oncology, one is immunotherapy and the other is tumor metabolism in preclinical stage. Lastly, we have autoimmune disease program focused on rheumatoid arthritis in the preclinical. Most candidates come from our own nucleoside platform. Okay, now let's see the category, each category. First, we target A3 adenosine receptor for the antifibrosis and the inflammation. NASH, DN, and glaucoma are the indication. As I mentioned, the completed the phase 1 clinical study without any problem. Recently submitted the IND for phase 2 glaucoma and planned for IND submission of NASH in early next year. Strategically, we're looking for collaboration research partner for diabetic nephropathy. Inflammation and fibrous environment, A3 adenosine receptor is overexpressed and seriously involved to the related disease. FM101 is highly specific to A3 adenosine receptor and control the fibrosis and the inflammation biomarkers. This is a simple MOA, mode of action of FM101. Now look at the detail of each indication. First is NASH. There is still no approved drug for NASH globally, as you know. We have conducted 2 animal models, STEM and Western diet model, especially fast food diet model. And we got the excellent anti-inflammation and fibrosis efficacy data. Most importantly, anti-fibrosis effect is quite amazing, 56% reduction to whole live scan test. So there's a high possibility of success in phase 2 study. And if we get a human efficacy data in phase 2, we expect it is easy for licensing out to global big pharma accordingly. Next is diabetic nephropathy. Also, we have a nice efficacy data in DBDB mouse model. As our expectation and similar to NASH, we proved the strong anti-inflammation and fibrosis impact. So same, if we have human efficacy data in page 2A, lots of probably Japanese big pharmas will take our program because it is reported the CKD and diabetic nephropathy patient population are getting increased in Japan. So lots of Japanese big pharmas are interested in this disease. Next is glaucoma. Frankly speaking, in this field, there is excellent treatment like Jalatan. It's eye drop. However, it is reported eye drop has lots of side effects and resistant ratio. So medical unmet needs is oral-based treatment. It can be a supplement or even an alternative. We did both eye drop and oral treatment test and got excellent efficacy data, same as Charlatan. Santen and Thea, the ophthalmic disease focused global big pharmas are very interested in this oral treatment. So we took the oral treatment based on the medical unmet needs and a potential business deal. This is result of phase 1 study, we proved its safety and PK data sufficiently for phase 2 clinical study. Next is oncology, especially immuno-oncology targeting A2A adenosine receptor. A2A adenosine receptor expressed by tumor cell interferes with the activation of NK and T cell. FM401 is A2A adenosine receptor antagonist and binding the A2A adenosine receptor by tumor cell and help our immune system. The data shows FM401 combination with anti-PD-L1 significantly inhibited the tumor growth. More importantly, we got hit compounds and started a preclinical study and business development activity to globally to big farmers. Next is autoimmune disease. FM501 is IRAK4 inhibitors. It's currently under non-clinical stage. It is a well-known fact that IRAK4 play key role on B-cell lymphoma and some of autoimmune disease, such as rheumatoid arthritis and atopy. In the lymphoma test, FM501 not only shows dose-dependent inhibition of tumor growth, but also good synergistic effect with ibrutinib. Also in the rheumatoid arthritis and atopic dermatitis, FM501 has an excellent efficacy data. In two different RA mouse models, FM501 treatment demonstrated a reduction in arthritis score dose-dependently. And in atopic dermatitis model, FM501 reduced the ear thickness in both groups orally and topically administered. Next is also oncology. We have FM701, it's so-called the fourth generation tumor therapy. Therapeutic focus is to target tumor metabolism. In other words, starve cancer to death. Unlike normal cells, tumor cells require lots of energy. This leads to metabolic alteration in tumor. Molet dehydrogenase, shortly MDH, is a primary enzyme playing important roles in supporting tumor metabolic alteration. It has been reported there are high correlation of MDH1 and 2 with various cancer, such as prostate cancer and so on. So we did the animal test and eventually we have confirmed our FM701's ability to inhibit MDH1 and 2 and subsequently affecting in tumor metabolism. We found that the inhibition of MDH1 and 2 leads to inhibition of cellular respiration, AMPK activation, and ATP synthesis. Our data shows FM701 treatment significantly reduced the tumor size. So far, I introduced future medicine and the pipeline briefly, really briefly. To be a research-oriented company, we have doing our best since foundation. Despite the short time, we have various candidates because of our passion for new drug development. For more concentration on R&D and stable finance, we are heading for Korean stock market IPO next year. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. We just heard from Future Medicine. That brings us to the end of the first round of pitches. There's still half a day more to go.